Imagine a world where a woman doesn't just marry one man, but multiple husbands. It's a tradition so unusual, yet deeply rooted in a culture that spans centuries. This is not a fleeting trend, but a deeply ingrained practice that has withstood the test of time in some of the most isolated parts of the world. Welcome to the fascinating and lesser-known world of polyandry, a practice most commonly seen in Tibet. This is where brothers share a wife, not as an anomaly, but as a way of life that ensures family survival and preserves wealth across generations. In this video, we explore the wife-sharing culture of Tibet and how it shapes the lives of families in one of the harshest landscapes on Earth. Let's dive into the extraordinary and unexpected world of Tibetan polyandry. Tibet, often referred to as the roof of the world, is a vast region nestled in the heart of the Himalayas, where towering mountains meet a rugged, harsh environment. With its altitude reaching over 4,500 meters above sea level, life here is as challenging as it is beautiful. Lhasa, the capital, is home to Tibetan culture and a hub for Buddhism, while rural Tibet remains a land where self-sufficiency and cooperation are essential for survival. But it is in these remote areas, where resources are limited and the land is hard to cultivate, that a unique cultural practice has emerged, the practice of polyandry, where multiple husbands share a wife. Polyandry, the practice of a woman marrying multiple men, is a rare custom that has been practiced for centuries in Tibet. In Tibetan society, it's typically brothers who share one wife, a tradition that serves both practical and cultural purposes. But why does this system exist? Why have families in Tibet chosen this path? The answer lies in the land, the very resource that shapes everything in Tibet's highland environment. Unlike the monogamous systems common in other parts of the world, polyandry helps prevent the division of family wealth and ensures that land remains consolidated, thus preserving the family's strength and collective resources. Tibet's geography is unforgiving, with rugged terrain, high altitudes, and extreme climates. The land here is difficult to farm, and the weather can be cold and dry, especially in the winter months. Agriculture is a challenge, and farming families must rely on livestock and limited arable land for their livelihood. In such a setting, it makes sense that families need to pool their resources for survival. Polyandry acts as a strategy to keep family property intact and to maximize the number of workers available to manage both the land and the livestock. Polyandry prevents family land from being split between multiple heirs after marriage, which would reduce the resources each individual has access to. In traditional Tibetan society, sons inherit land after marriage, leading to smaller parcels being divided and weakening the family unit. By allowing brothers to marry the same woman, the family land stays consolidated, keeping wealth within the family and ensuring that there are enough hands to manage the daily duties of the farm, the animals, and the household. Now, let's turn our focus to the wife. In a polyandrous marriage, she is at the heart of the household. It's her responsibility to manage the family's daily routines, care for the children, and maintain relationships with all her husbands. Life in a polyandrous marriage requires a high level of diplomacy and understanding. The wife must navigate her relationships with each husband tactfully, ensuring that everyone has their role to play without disrupting the peace of the household. Each husband may work different jobs, like tending to animals, farming, or trading, but the family works as one unit to achieve success. One of the most interesting aspects of Tibetan polyandry is the dynamics between the husbands. Typically, brothers will share a wife. This means that they often live together in the same household, which might seem impossible for some cultures. But here, it's a practice that has been refined over generations. The brothers share responsibilities, from taking care of the animals to maintaining the household. Hierarchy within the marriage is often established, with the eldest brother playing a central role, though the others have equal rights and responsibilities. The wedding ceremony in a polyandrous Tibetan marriage has a distinctive character. While it follows the same basic structure as a traditional monogamous marriage, one of the major differences is that several husbands are involved. During the ceremony, the eldest brother typically acts as the groom, although all the brothers will share a marital bond with the wife. After the ceremony, the husband's roles are carefully planned and scheduled. It is customary for the brothers to take turns spending time with their wife, in a peaceful and orderly manner. The wife's role in a polyandrous family is crucial, not only in maintaining harmony but also in coordinating the schedule between the husbands. She must be organized, managing who spends time with her on each night. It may sound complicated, but for the families that practice this system, it is simply part of their daily lives. Each husband has his own role, whether it's caring for the livestock, farming, or even working away from home in towns, but all work together as a team. Emotional bonds between the brothers and their wife are mutually respectful, and the focus remains on the family's well-being. One interesting aspect of this system is the careful scheduling that takes place within the household. When a wife is shared among multiple men, time spent with her is often organized. For instance, a pair of shoes left outside a door indicates that the husband is ready to spend the night with the wife. This system of scheduling helps ensure that relationships remain balanced and harmonious. In a polyandrous family, children are raised in a very unique environment. They don't know who their biological father is. Rather, all the men in the family are considered fathers. In some households, the eldest brother is called father, while the other brothers are referred to as uncle, second uncle, and so on. This can be a bit confusing for outsiders, but for the children, it's simply the way their family works. The concept of paternity in Tibet's polyandrous families is fluid, and the child is raised by all the men equally. It's about the collective upbringing of the child, with each man playing a significant role in their life. As modernity spreads, the practice of polyandry is starting to diminish in some parts of Tibet. The younger generation, especially those in more urban areas like Lhasa, is increasingly looking to other forms of marriage. The younger men, often seeking opportunities in cities or even abroad, may not wish to live in a polyandrous family anymore. Some even choose to become monks, breaking away from the traditional family structure. However, despite this decline, polyandry still exists in rural Tibet, where traditional ways of life remain strong and resilient. Polyandry in Tibet is a remarkable example of how people adapt to their environment, their resources, and their culture. It's a tradition that serves practical purposes, like preserving family wealth and ensuring the survival of the family unit in a harsh and unforgiving land. The practice is as much about family cohesion and survival as it is about relationships and customs. While it may seem foreign to many of us, it remains a testament to the resilience of Tibetan culture, where cooperation and community are at the heart of everything. What do you think about the polyandry practice in Tibet? Could such a system work in today's world? Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Time-Bound Africa for more fascinating stories from cultures around the globe. We'll see you in the next video.